And then there were 4. Folks, we've made it to the championship weekend round, where both the AFC and the NFC will be crowning their champions to give us our Super Bowl matchup. And yes, I'm calling both games! We'll deal with the NFC one tomorrow. In the meantime, let's address the AFC matchup first. And folks, we get a good one. The AFC West champion Las Vegas Raiders are playing the AFC East champion and top seed Miami Dolphins. Winner represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. Folks, this is a very, very, very important game. So with that being said, who is ready for some football? Okay, I can't go all the way still. Close enough. 75%, it works out great. Howdy folks, Morgoth the Barbarian here. Welcome to the AFC Championship version of our Strat-O-Matic playthrough. It's the 3-seeded Raiders and the 1-seeded Dolphins in the AFC version. Here on this special Saturday upload. The NFC title game will feature the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. That matchup takes place in tomorrow's video on the usual Sunday. But today we're going to roll out the AFC and see who wins that crucial matchup. For the Raiders, as I mentioned, they are the 3 seed. They won the AFC West. And they had the battle to get to this point. Kind of sounds like the 3 seed in our timeline, only with much less Taylor Swift involved. But anyways, yeah, the Raiders, they won the West. They had to go through the Chargers first, which we saw. Last week, they had to go to overtime with Cleveland. And with the help of 9 sacks and a timely touchdown pass, they ended up advancing. Good job, Raiders. They now face their toughest test yet as they head to Southern Florida to take on the Dolphins, who handled the 7-seeded Steelers. Sorry, but no wizardly allowed for much longer, especially when it's my team involved. And yeah, don't worry, again, no homerism. I mean, the Dolphins don't even have the best record in this roll-through. The team from the NFC North does, so. But yes, the Dolphins got the first round bye, beat the Steelers last week, and now here they are. In fact, both these teams ran into each other earlier this season. The Dolphins ended up winning that game. I forget what the score was, but these two teams have already played each other, so now that they do it again, only with the highest of stakes. So we got Raiders and Dolphins already. Commanders and Packers will be for another time. So let me get set up and we'll get this party started, shall we? Alright, I'm all set up and ready to go. So Raiders will be in red, Dolphins will be in green. And thus, we are off for another round of Strat-O-Matic football! Alright, Raiders are the away team. They'll get the call this. They're calling evens. Oh, look at that. It's evens. And they'll say Miami should take the ball to start the game. So, Dolphins will start us off in the first half. Raiders will get the ball to start the second. So, we are underway in this AFC title game. Raiders and Miami starts at the 25. Alright, so both teams come in relatively healthy. There's only one injury, and it's a Raiders cornerback, so we'll get the full lineups. Here's Miami's in order. Jalen Waddle is the split. Oh boy, we got some bench players I gotta go through here. Oh, there we go. Cedric Wilson, the slot/fullback. Tyreek Hill is the flanker. Raheem Mostert is the starting running back. Mike Gesicki hasn't been tortured by New England's terrible offense just yet. At least not in this version. And where's Tua Tagovailoa at? He is... There he is. He's still here. All right. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. And, yeah, let's start off. You know what? We're going to start off right. Short pass time. 10 on a short. And Tyreek Hill starts us off with a 12-yard gain in a first. Just like that. Interesting. As he steps out of bounds. So, hold on. Let me get this all in here. Forgive me. I got my stat sheet on the computer here to try to keep track of everything. All right. Next. 1st and 10 again. 7 on off tackle, and Raheem Mostert is going backwards. 2-yard loss. Ouch. Whoops! That wasn't supposed to happen. All right, 2nd and 12, I guess. Raiders will switch over to their pass defense. 7 on a flat. It's a 5-yard gain if it holds. Yes, it will. So it's a 5-yard gain to Mike Gesicki on 2nd and 12. All right, 3rd and 7. Give it to Waddle. And no, Waddle's going to be 2 yards short. I can already tell you that. Yep, 2 yards short of the 1st down for Waddle. 4th and 2 here. I'm thinking of going for it. The temptation is there. Oh, hell, why not? AFC title game, let's do it. 4th and 2. Oh, I'm probably going to regret this. Got it, 1st down. Yep, 5-yard gain. I can already tell you that. It's not like we've rolled that a million times already. So they convert to 4th and 2. Mike Gesicki catches another 5-yard completion, and it's 1st and 10 again. Sure, why not? Raiders will actually... You know what? They're going to think pass. 9 on a short. Good thing they did, because it's instead incomplete. I was looking for Tyreek Hill. Had they guessed wrong, that would have been a completion. Okay, 2nd down and 10. Mostert on this carry is only getting 5 yards. Okay. Raiders defense doesn't look too promising, but yet they've held out well this year. So, how about 3rd and 5? 11 on a flat. Incomplete. Was looking for Jalen Waddle, and Tua found nothing. Oh boy. It's only a 10, 11, or 12 that would work, and we're outside Jason Sanders' range. Well, I have no choice but to go for it, really, since punting does me no good, and we can't kick a field goal. 4th and 5, going for it a 2nd time. 10 on a flat. No! The Raiders stop them! They stop him as it's only a 3-yard completion to Tyreek Hill. Turnover on downs at the 42 of the Dolphins. Oh, wait a minute. We have a penalty, apparently. Never mind. Opponent number 1. Oh, Raiders. Why are you doing this? It's a personal foul penalty. All right, never mind. So it's actually an automatic 1st down because the Raiders just can't help themselves. Oh, good thing I caught that right at the end. Otherwise, I was ready to turn over on downs there. Oof. That stinks. So they had him stopped, and then someone on the Raiders got a little bit too crazy. or he did something illegal. Dang it. Not like this. 1st and 10. 6. 7 yards for Raheem Mostert. Alright, 2nd down. They're going to completely miss this as Mostert is attempting an end run. 5, 5 through 11. This is okay. Otherwise, it's a fumble. The Raiders get it anyways. To hell with your penalty. Oh no. The Raiders do get the ball as Mostert coughs it up. So the penalty is forgiven. Oh. 3 yard. You know what? I'm going to allow a return since it was an end run. Evens. Nope, never mind. Okay. Oh, that stinks. So Mostert fumbles the ball, and just when the Dolphins were getting close, who did it? Who did it? Chandler Jones forces the fumble, and it is picked up by Andrew Billings. Oh, man, that stinks. So the Raiders defense, I mentioned they got 9 sacks on Cleveland. They strike again. This time forcing a fumble. Good thing, too. Miami was driving. All right, I guess it's the Raiders' turn now. Here's their starting lineup. Devontae Adams is the flanker. Hunter Renfrow, the hero from last week's game, is your slot/fullback. Josh Jacobs is the running back. Darren Waller is the tight end. Mac Hollins is the split facing his former team. And Derek Carr, who still hasn't been tortured by New Orleans just yet, is at the quarterback doing just that for here. I'm just kidding. 1st and 10. Start off with a Josh Jacobs run, and he is not getting anything to start us off. Whoops. All right, 2nd and 10. Sure, why not? 12. There's a penalty. Maybe. Yes, number 6. Ugh, that stinks. Yeah, it's a holding penalty. This, if you recall from our Chargers game, this was a bit of an issue that they had to deal with. And sure enough, here we go again. 2nd and 20. They just can't help themselves. Incomplete. Was looking for Darren Waller, and they found absolutely nothing. All right, there's going to be 3rd and 20. What else is new? You know what? I'm trying it. Why not? 8. How about no? Incomplete. They were looking for Adams, and they found nothing. All right, a punt is incoming, I guess. Oh, same start as last time, eh, Raiders? You're not going to complete any passes again. 50-yard punt. Returned for a gain of something. How about nothing as Cedric Wilson-Fair catches it at the 37. All right, so the Raiders go 3 and out. The Dolphins fumbled on their first possession, and that's where we stand. And with that, let's speed this puppy up, shall we? Let's try 3rd and 11. 4 on a short. 2 or a 3. This is picked off. Anything else, we're fine. Intercepted! Picked off! What happens on the return? 20, and the receiver goes 22 yards, and it's a fumble! Dolphins retain possession, thankfully. Oh, dang it. Intercepted. Well, think of it this way. Derek Carr actually completed a pass finally, because last time he threw like 7 incompletions. So look at it that way. At least this time he threw a completion, except it wasn't to anybody on his team. Instead, it was to Eric Rowe. Fun fact, Eric Rowe does not play for the Raiders. Whoops! Oh, that was a little bit unfortunate. Meanwhile, Rowe actually fumbled the ball, believe it or not. 8. I mean, this is a little bit complicated. Who's forced to fumble? I'm going to give Alex Bars, the left guard, credit for knocking that ball out. Obviously, the Dolphins recovered, so no harm, no foul. But that would have been extremely hilarious had that fumble gone through. So somebody on the offense punched that ball out after the fact, but still 22-yard return, and the Dolphins will have it at the 29 of the Raiders. Excellent field position. Let's see if they can at least get some points off of it. All right, 1st and 10 here. I'll say they'll run it. 6. It was guessed wrong, so 8 yards it is. That it went to Waddle, I believe. Yep. Second and 2. I'm going to keep the run defense out there. 6. Doesn't matter. Short gain for Mostert. How about 16? So Mostert gets a short gain of 16. He gets a new set of downs. 1st and goal to go from the 5 here. Cedric Wilson is coming out. I believe that... Oh, we'll bring in Durham Smythe. Sure, why not? 1st and 10. 1st and goal to go, excuse me, from the 5. 11. Doesn't gain anything as of right now. And that's where it stands. Mostert is stuffed. It is a 2nd and 5. You know what? I'm going to try it again. Raiders will think pass somehow, though. 9 on a line block. And there it is. Touchdown. Raheem Mostert from 5 yards out gets the first score of the game. Makes up for his fumble from earlier. How about that extra point from Jason Sanders? Okay, he's fine. 11 would have been in trouble, but alas, this is not an 11, so extra point is good. The Dolphins have our first lead of the game thanks to the turnover. The Rowe interception leads to points from Raheem Mostert sometime later. The Dolphins strike first. 7-0 in their favor. Raiders, just don't do that again, okay? First and 10 again. Oh dear. From the 13, Dolphins are driving, and Wilson's driving them backwards. A yard loss. Oof. All right, 2nd and 11, I guess. Five. 7 yards as Cedric Wilson catches his first pass of the day, and that's also how the quarter ends on top of it. It'll be a 3rd and 4 on the other side, and here it is. 3rd and 4. Dolphins only need to get to the 3 to keep this going. Wait. No, I lied. It's a 3rd and 5. My bad. 3rd and 5. 4. Uh-oh. 2 or a 12. No. It's instead an incomplete pass to Waddle. Okay, this time I'm going to take the points. Why not? Field goal attempt from Jason Sanders. It's only 25 yards. Kick is up and... Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good. We'll take the points. It puts the Dolphins up 10-0 as a result, as Jason Sanders makes it from 25 yards out. Dolphins extend their lead to double digits now. Third and 5. You know what? Sure, we're going for it. I'm going to go do it. Why not? 3rd and 5. Oh, good call, because guess what? Touchdown! 28 yards is what I rolled for, but obviously Waddle only needed 25 to score, and he did it. Oh, Jalen Waddle from 25 yards out. Nice. First TD of the game, passing TD of the game for Tua, and Waddle catches his first. Extra point from Jason Sanders is good, and the Dolphins, this is getting ugly really fast. 17-0. This is quickly turning into last week's game all over again. A blowout incoming. The Raiders don't do anything offensively, they're in trouble. They've only got 12 total yards. This is really bad for them. They need to pick this up, or else this could turn into a blowout really fast. Jacobs first carry. Oh, God. 2 for 4, 11 or 12. Yep, it's a fumble! It keeps getting worse for the Raiders! Just when you think it couldn't get any worse, it just did, as Jacobs fumbles the ball. You've got to be kidding me. No return allowed, by the way. High linebacker, so Bradley Chubb forces it. Christian Wilkins recovers it. Wow, isn't that just wonderful? So, of course, Jacobs fumbles the ball away on the very first play, and Miami has absolutely... You know what's funny? They're closer to the end zone now than they were just before the touchdown. So that's... Oh, my God. Like I said, this keeps going from bad to worse for the Raiders. I'm not doing this on purpose. The dice is just doing this on its own, so... Alright. 1st and 10. You know what? We're going for it right off the bat. Why the hell not? 12 and a long. Nope. Incomplete. Was looking for a deep shot to Tyreek. It didn't work. Alright. 2nd and 10. 3. Only a yard. Mostert only picks up 1. 3rd and 9. 5 on a short. To the receiver, we're looking at Waddle. He gets 21. Not quite a touchdown again, but he gets to the 2. Whoa. Okay. Jalen Waddle with another long TD, with another long reception. I was about to say TD catch, but we're not there yet. He gets pushed out at the 2. Miami having their way with those backup corners. 1st and 10. I'm bringing in Smythe in the game over here. The linebacker run from Mostert only gets him halfway home. He gets stopped at the 1. 2nd and goal to go from the 1. Oh, this is just an outright disaster. Well, let's start with the obvious. Touchdown. Mostert gets the 1-yard run in. And we have an injury roll to deal with right off the bat, so this just keeps getting worse. Oh dear, and now it's the right linebacker getting hurt for the Raiders, and he's done for just a game, so if they come back and win, then he'll get to come back. That's Divine Diablo, who's gone for the game. Meanwhile, we have an extra point we still got to roll for. So unless this is an 11, we should be fine. Yep. Oh, and the Dolphins cash in off the Jacobs fumble. I guess it really went from bad to worse after all. Mostert gets in from a yard out. It's 24-0. This is quickly running away from the Raiders in all the worst ways imaginable. Good God. All right. Do it again, Raiders. First and 10. Let's just do it right from the bat as the Dolphins miss this again. 5 and a long. Long gain. Touchdown! Devontae Adams from 27 yards out. I rolled long gain. We're within range where I don't even need the roll there. So 27-yard TD pass to Devontae Adams. There you go, Raiders. You are finally on the board. It took you 26 and a half minutes, but better late than never. It took me a while to figure out how much that was. And the extra point is good. Carlson's miss is a 12. So he made it. He made it. If that was Jason Sanders, he would have missed, but thankfully not in this case. There we go. The Raiders finally get on the board on a long TD catch from Devontae Adams. 27 yards from Derek Carr. Raiders, welcome back. Took you long enough to get on the scoreboard, but hey, like I said, 26 and a half minutes, better late than never. So it's still 24-7, but at least this is now a game again, kind of. All right, let's see Returned for a gain of... Oh, that is the wrong card. Good job, me. Wait, is this going to 1 or 2? Because there's a kind of a difference. It's a slight difference. I believe number 1, so... yeah, nothing. No gain. All right. Keenan Cole runs around, gets no gain in the process. All right, the Raiders have a very, very kind of complicated situation going on here. They need 94 yards to make it to the end zone for starters as they're pinned all the way at their 6. The edge of Carlson's range, which should help here, is the 40, so They need a good 56 yards at bare minimum, really. That's going to be a lot, but, we'll see what happens. 1st and 10 here from their own 6. Jacobs' first carry goes absolutely nowhere, which forces them to use it. Well, you know what? I'll hurry up, but I'm not going to use a timeout. You better hope this doesn't end in a sack, or this could get ugly. 2nd and 10. So they speed this up a little bit. 2 on a flat. Snake Eyes is the only way this gets completed, really. That's not it. Incomplete. Looking for Josh Jacobs there, and they found nothing. All right. This is a risk within itself for a wide variety of reasons. A sack means probably a safety, but I have to try it. 3rd down. 7. Incomplete. Was looking for Devontae Adams, and the car found nothing. All right, I guess we got to punt it. That went about as well for the Raiders as it could have. Cole kicks a 44-yarder, so Cedric Wilson will get it right at midfield, and his return, meanwhile, is going to be whatever's on the 4, I guess. 2 yards. So the Dolphins will start in Raider territory with 1:07 remaining. All right, Dolphins have 1:07 to score. Again, Raiders get the ball to start the second half here. Dolphins probably going to try and take as much time off the clock or run out the half as they possibly can here. For reference, as it regards to Sanders' range, it's the 38 at minimum. So really, they only need to pick up the 1st down, and they're already in field goal range. So let's see if they can do it. 1st and 10. 10 on a flat. 3 yards if it holds. Yeah, it will. Dolphins will attempt to hurry up. So 3-yard completion to Waddle gets us started. That brings up a 2nd down here. 2nd and 7. 10 on a short. 12 yards for 12 yards, a 1st down, and a timeout. Jalen Waddle for 12 gets the Dolphins a new set of downs, puts them in field goal range. Meanwhile, they're going to call their first timeout as a bonus. That is their first. So 1st and 10 from the 33 here. Ten on a short. 12 yards for Tyreek, and he goes out of bounds on top of that. 1st down. 37 seconds remaining. All right, 1st and 10 all of a sudden. Nine on a flat. To the receiver to Gesicki, who's getting 7. Dolphins will take their 2nd timeout. That is, they have 1 left. All right, 2nd and 3 from the 14. All right, let's shoot for it. Here we go. 6. And would you look at that? Touchdown! 14 yards exactly is what I rolled for, and Tyreek Hill dives for the pylon and gets there. Nice. First touchdown of the day works out. Extra point is good. The Dolphins get their touchdown back. They've gone off for 24 this quarter, and it's now 31-7. The blowout is getting much worse. My goodness. My goodness, indeed. Okay, Raiders, you have to do something here. I know I'm putting the cards down before I kick it off. For all I know, there could be a fumble. Let's not have any of those, shall we? Now they're going to get it from the 5. All right, don't roll an 11. Okay, that's not an 11, but that's a little bit more messier than it looks. Abdallah has a 20-yard return if this holds. It won't because there's a number 4. Ugh, so this is getting even worse. Illegal block against the Raiders. How much did he get? 20? So it's a 15-yard penalty from the concluding line of scrimmage. Automatic first down, and even worse, the clock is now down to 15. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Well, I've got no other choice but to try this. 1st and 10 from the 10. This probably won't amount to anything, but it's worth a shot. 3 and a long. Yeah, he took a sack. It's only for 8 yards, but he took a sack, and that's actually how the half is going to end up. That would be Christian Wilkins. Actually, I lied. Put 8 seconds on the clock. The Dolphins will use their final timeout. Oh, they're going to be jerks and just use all their remaining timeouts. I'm just going to run it with Josh Jacobs and call it a day. Yeah, it's no gain. Whatever. Yeah, he would have been very safe unless it was a fumble. So that's how the half ends right there. Not exactly ideal for the Raiders at all. 31-7. I think it's safe to say that was an absolute epic disaster for the Raiders. They had one good drive and nothing further. 84 yards of offense total. That is very pathetic. Carr threw an interception, but also a long TD to Adams. Jacobs has done nothing. In fact, he's had as many fumbles lost as he has yards, which is just embarrassing. The defense hasn't done anything. And then there's this. Tua with 225 and 2 TDs in that first half. I doubt he'll be able to keep that up in the second half if this continues to be a blowout. Mostert with 84 yards and 2 TDs, but though he lost a fumble. Hill and Waddle have both caught touchdowns and both 90 yards or higher. And there's what the defense has done. 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a pick. Just an absolute disaster of a first half for Raiders. They are really going to need to work hard to come back. And hopefully this first half is the springboard for that as they get the ball to start the second half. There is a silver lining, I guess, but they need to score, and they need to score now. Otherwise, this game could be over. I might be simming this game once again. Jeez. Didn't expect that to happen, but alas, here we are. All right, second half kickoff. So much for the Raiders' defense getting the message for the second half. They allowed a 50-yard completion to Waddle and now a 15-yard run to Mostert. This is just turning into a disaster. First and goal to go from the 6. Well, they might have a chance here if this is a 2-for-4 or 12. No, it's a 1-yard loss, though, so there's that. So second and goal to go from the 6. Okay, so at least there's that to hang their hat on. 8. Okay, Mostert picks up 2. It's down to the 4. Durham Smythe is in, and that's actually who I'm going to throw it to on 3rd down and 4. Actually, no, I lied. Stop, stop, stop. Gesicki actually has to be in that slot. There was a bit of an error earlier. You know what? I'm still going to throw to Gesicki. Durham Smythe is not a blocking back, and Gesicki has to go there. Okay. Small technicalities. As for this pass, it is, in fact, a touchdown. Mike Gesicki from 4 yards out. There we go. Tua has his third TD pass of the game. This time it goes to Mike Gesicki for 4 yards out. Sanders makes his 5th extra point in the game, and the Dolphins pick up right where they left off, and it's now 38-7. All right, there was a slight hip cup. The refs accidentally gave Renfro fewer yards than he should have gotten. But other than that, we're fine. It's still 1st and 10 from the 8. Goal to go from the 8. Everything is fine. I mean, the Raiders have lost Devontae Adams. The refs tried to screw him over, but whatever. There's also a holding penalty, but that's besides the point. Oh, and now Miami just gave up a touchdown! 8-yard completion. Waller would have gotten 9. He needed 8 to score. Hey, at least the Raiders are scoring now, so there's that. Darren Waller. An 8-yard TD pass. Catches it from Derek Carr. Extra point, meanwhile, is good from Daniel Carlson. All right, Raiders, you're back. Welcome back. It is still 38-14 as they've got a long way to go, but at least they've made this a 2-score game with 5:45 remaining. They've still got a long ways to go. Excuse me, a 3-score game. Oh, that's even worse. All right, the Raiders' defense doesn't produce any kind of stop, though. I'm turning the lights out of this game, though. We can't keep it going. I'll try 1. It's so stupid, but I'll do it. 10 on a long. And that's why. 2 through, unless this is a 2 for, or 10, 11, or 12. Yep. Interception. Why would you, Interception. Picked off. And that's the way the game ends. Touchdown! Pick 6! Oh my God. Why were you... Oh no. Cater Kohu with a pick 6. Folks, I am turning the lights out on this game. That was not supposed to happen. Oh, dang it. So Carr completes the pass and throws a 15-yard TD completion to Cater Kohu. Fun fact, he is not on the Raiders. I'm turning the lights out with that. Extra point is good for Jason Sanders. It's now 45. Yeah, it's 45-14. I'm sorry, Raiders, but I'm going to turn the lights out on this game and simulate this from the end. This is just not happening. Raiders, I'm sorry, but it has not been your day. Looks like the Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl as a result. So I'm just going to roll out the remaining 17:45 of this game. So we don't need to see this beyond this. So I'll save you some time. And with that, what ended up being the result here? Well, guess what? It got worse. Significantly worse. I ended up rolling for 2 more TDs for the Dolphins, 1 more for the Raiders. They basically gave up. Hold on a second. Alright, well, it got worse. It got much worse for the Raiders. How about a 59-21 blowout? Ouch. And if my memory serves me correctly, the Dolphins just set a high for scoring in our playthrough, as the Vikings had put up 57 in our game that we personally saw. I'm looking at the Raiders stats, and it looks really ugly. Carr threw 3 TDs and 3 picks, as it turns out. Josh Jacobs did nothing. Waller caught a TD. Adams caught a TD before exiting with an injury. Hunter Renfrow caught the garbage time TV, but yeah, it didn't work out really well. This is what ended up happening behind the scenes. It was ugly. On the Dolphins end, not much more added, although Raheem Mostert added a 3rd TD. Jeff Wilson even got into an act. And Xavier Howard even got the 3rd interception of Derek Carr. His tool ends up going for 300 yards. But yeah, just a complete devastation on the Raiders' end. 59-21. That's a pretty bad way for the Raiders to go home. My goodness. That was just, to say the least. Where is it? It was bad. Yeah, it was bad for the Raiders. That was, not what I expected. I mean, the Dolphins fan of me is happy, but I kind of like fair games, you know, so. Sorry, Raiders, but I'm afraid you're going home. For the Dolphins, that means congratulations. You made it to the Super Bowl. Yay! I wish they would actually do that in our timeline, but you know what? I'll take this, okay? My goodness. So anyways, that concludes the AFC portion of our roll through. Now, for the Dolphins, here's the deal. We got Commanders-Packers on the other end in tomorrow's video. As it pertains to hosting duties, it reads like this. If the Packers win, Dolphins-Packers. Packers will be the home team since they finished with the better record at 13-4. If Washington pulls off the upset, though, it'll be Commanders-Dolphins. Dolphins get to be the home team since they had the better record. Dolphins finished 12-5. Packers were 13-4. Commanders were 10-7. So that's how I'm doing it. So we'll see how tomorrow's matchup ends up coming out in the NFC between the Commanders and the Packers. But until then, that's going to do it here. So one half of our Super Bowl is down, and we'll find out the other half tomorrow. Yay, once again, I am calling both games. So I look forward to that. So with that being said, you know what buttons to hit as usual, and I will see you, well, tomorrow, as fate would have it, for the NFC title game. And as for Miami, they have to wait till next Sunday, because once again, we're doing it live, pal. Next Sunday at 10 a.m. Be there. Also, it might help to hit the subscribe button so you know, and the bell thingy so you know when I'm going live with it. Also, the like button helps too, but, you know, everybody, you all know this, okay? I don't need to repeat it too many times, but it's just for, like, YouTube purposes, you know? I'm not doing my job if I don't say that, so. Anyways, I'm out of here. See you later, and we'll be back with some more football! Oh, I can't go all the way, that's right. Next week, we'll go crazy.